Hey there, Billy Joel fans. This is Piano Man Steve Lungrin, and I am welcoming you to the piano tutorial for what I think is definitely one of the greatest songs ever written, not just in Billy's catalog, but anywhere. Scenes from an Italian Restaurant. Real pleasure to be doing this one. Very, very highly in demand among my Billy Joel tribe. So this has got a lot of sections to it, so there will be quite a few chapters in this video. We will do them one section at a time, okay? And just learn them a section at a time. Don't try and eat this whole elephant in one bite. We're in the key of F. I'm going to show you how far we're going in this first chapter, and then we'll get down to teaching it, and after that, in the next chapter, we'll move on. All the farther we're going to go in this first chapter is this little intro right here. That's all the farther we're going to go. So I need you to find middle C, which is right here. And I am going to turn my camera light on. Brighten things up just a smidge. So here's your middle C. Down 1 F from there is not low enough. You want to go down 2 Fs from middle C and put your thumb there, and you're going to be in octaves. So boom. Now if you want to be true to the record, there's a little maneuver there. Now I've seen Billy Joel like 9 times in person, and I have every video that's available both commercially and non-commercially, and never once seen him in all of those times actually do that live, but it is on the record. Normally live he just does it here. So you do not have to do that little maneuver, but you can if you want. So I'll show it to you. In your left hand, you're just going to hit these octave Fs, boom, and then the maneuver is C, B flat, A, C. Slower, it looks like this. Okay, and the right hand is simply here. You can't play this note because your left hand's in the way, so you're just going to play F and A together, and then it's G, F, and then that chord again, except then from here come down and you play an F chord right here. So it looks like this. And with the left hand with it, it goes. From here we move to a G minor chord, which means octave G's here. We actually are forming a B flat chord in its first inversion up here in the right hand, a B flat major in a way, because B flat major and G minor are related to each other. So you want to play D, F, and B flat like so, and it is simply then A, G, and then this chord again. And then you come down and comp twice here on this chord right here, B flat, D, and F. So it looks like this. Okay, so again, here's where we are from the beginning to that point. more time. See, botched it, but I still played the same chord. See, because it really doesn't matter. I'm trying to copy the record as much as possible here, but this chord and this chord are the same. They're just voiced a little bit differently. So if you make a mistake and just do your comping here, probably isn't going to make a huge difference. From here we go to a C chord. You form it here. Octave C's and then G, C, and E. And then you move to a very full C chord, like so. E, G, C, and E. I use these fingers here. You don't have to. You can use another configuration if it feels better, but I like to play thumb, index, ring, and pinky. And it's bum, ba-bum. Then it moves down to a B flat chord. D, F, B flat, and D. So bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. Then it moves to an F chord, C, F, A, and C. See? From here we go to a B flat chord, this full one again, right like so. Then F. Then back here. Okay, so here we go. So let me play to that point from the very beginning. Okay, one more time. Okay, now the last part, we're on an F here, and it goes like this. It's just an arpeggio down. A, F, C, A. Then we go to a C chord and arpeggiate it down from a G. It's a C7 actually. So it's G, E, C, B flat. I tend to probably more often than not do it like this, go and then roll over my thumb, but I don't play that the same way every time, I won't lie to you. Sometimes my hand just does what it does, but I think that more often than not I probably do that. So here's what it looks like. We've just gone oops. Sorry about that. Here, let me do that right now. with your left hand, I want you to note that it is C, F, F, C. So F, F, C. Alright, so let me play the whole line from beginning to end, and I'll do it in slow motion, kind of all the way through a few times for you to watch. Again. One more time. Okay, and then you're going to be moving to an F chord, but that'll be covered in the next section. So at full speed, alright, so I'll see you in the next section. We're going to learn what to play when he actually goes bottle of white, bottle of red. Alright, so I'll see you there. Okay, now we're going to look at when Billy first starts to sing. Relatively straightforward stuff. It's just that's all there is to it. So there's a lot of just straight chord comping, which is good. So your left hand, we're in these low octave Fs, and it's just bum, bottle of white, bum, bottle of red, it stays right on F, bum, and perhaps a bottle of rosé instead, da 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 da, C, C, B flat, A, B flat, C, G, C, G, C, C. Okay, so let's look at that again. Okay, so that's how far we're going to go. So what are we doing up here? Well, you find your F chord. This is where I believe it's being played, is A, C, and F right here. This being middle C, by the way. And it's just simply 2, 3, 4. And then I play a B flat. Actually, you want to play a fuller chord. You want to play a G, B flat, D, and F. Because it's a G minor 7 chord and you're playing it on kind of a weird bass. So you're here. C chord, G, C, and E, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4. go back to that G minor chord. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then it's an F chord, and you just play it one time. And from there you have a little run. F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E. And when you play the E, it's actually a C chord, so. Now let's see, as far as a fingering goes, this is one of those times where I don't really have one that I use all the time, but I would say maybe it would make sense to go thumb, index, and then bring your thumb under and play it on A. Because then you can come right down with your pinky and form that chord. So it's like... That's probably the way it would be advisable to finger it, but if you can do it some other way, you know, have at it. I'm not about dictating your technique. So here we are again, back from that point. We're up to that point, we go. Okay, let me do that again. Okay, one more time. Okay, so from here it is, you just keep strumming on these C's. We already learned the bass goes. So you just keep strumming away on these C's. F, B flat, C, G minor 7, C, G minor 7, and then when you play this C the second time through, you keep it on a G minor 7, because what it's doing is it's playing essentially a C, it's called a C sus, C suspended 7th. And that creates a great kind of tension release situation. You create tension here. And it leaves people hungry to hear this tonic note. Boom. So here's that section again. Let me play that through. We'll actually start from bottle of white, that part, and work our way up to that point. So it's... Okay, and then we'll be ready to come back to F. So let me do that one more time before we get up to that point. Excuse me. more time for good measure. Okay, now from there we go on with our F strums, except on the third one we have a little arpeggio here. It goes 1, 2, 3, and what you do is you come up here and you play your thumb on this F and then your pinky on this F, and it's F, F, C, A, F. We go to the G minor, and this is a little bit different. It goes C, D, B flat, F, D, B flat. That's how I always probably play that, is fourth finger here on C, 4, 5, 3, 2, thumb, wrap around, and index here. So let me play that even slower. Then you're onto the C chord, back down to your B flat chord, then your F chord, and we have another little run, and that run goes F, G, A, B flat, B natural, C, D, and when you play the D, you come down on a G chord like that. You come up to a G in the bass. So let's take a look at that. More time. So again, slowly it's excuse me. And then from here it's bum, bum. It's an A in the bass and an F here. Then a B in the bass and a G chord up here. And then C. Then a D minor 7, which is A, C, D, and F. Then C chord with an E bass. Then back down to here. And then you simply do your little. So let's take a look at that line here. I'm going to go from Again. Excuse me. And again. Alright, so now we've gone through that whole section. I'm just going to play it from the beginning of that section to the end of this section a few times in slow motion. And the next chapter we're going to get into the first what's going on during the first saxophone solo. So, come in and he starts to sing a bottle of wine. Again, a bottle of wine. Excuse me. Let's scrap that and go back to the beginning. I'll play it without a mistake. A bottle of wine. One time at full speed. A bottle of wine, a bottle of wine, perhaps a bottle of rosé instead. Get a table near the street, in the next section, we are going to look at what you do while this first saxophone solo happens. All right, now we're going to be looking at what we play during the first saxophone solo. Now, I'm not going to teach you how to play the saxophone solo. I'm going to teach you what you would be playing if you had a saxophone. I don't really believe in trying to... I mean, you can do what you want. There's sheet music available on this that'll show you the melody line, and you can do whatever you want with it. But I'm showing you how to comp it. This is more of a transcription of what Billy Joel's doing than it is to, you know, do that sort of thing. Than it is, you know, try and get you to duplicate a saxophone on your piano. Difficult to do. So basically what we're going to be doing is your left hand is going to be playing octaves, and it's going to be on this pattern. Bum 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 bum. So the rhythm is bum 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 bum. Okay? And it's C, F, B flat, B flat, C, F, B flat, B flat, E flat, E flat, A flat, A flat, E flat, E flat, A flat, A flat, then D. Now from here it changes. It's not bum bum bum. When it gets to D, it just goes bum 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 bum. So da 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 da, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's it. So C, F, B flat, C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, E flat, A flat, and then D, D, D. Okay? So what are we doing up here? Well, we're playing a lot of major seventh chords is what they're called. So in this case, the first chord we play is a C major seventh chord, which is C bass, and then we're going to play a B, an E, and a G, like so, and you're just going to be kind of strumming, comping on quarter notes. Then it goes to an F major 7, which I play here, which is C, E, and A. So and then it goes to a B flat major 7, which is D, F, and A over a B flat bass. So it looks like this. Then you do that whole thing again. Alright, so again it looks like this. Then it goes to an E flat major 7, which is D, G, and B flat over an E flat bass. And then it goes to an A flat major 7, which is C, E flat, and G. Back to an E flat major 7 here, and A flat again. And then when we get to this D part, it's here you're going to play like an A minor chord almost, a C, E, and A. Bum, 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 bum. You go to a D chord, A, D, and F sharp. And you can go it here as well. You can go from here. And it's just bum, 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 bum. Okay? So watch this. I'll play both hands slowly all the way through a couple of times. Excuse me. Okay, and again. Okay, and that gets you ready to go. Things are okay with me these days. I got a good job, I got a good office, I got a new wife. So, there you go. That is that section. Not really all that hard to do. Mostly just some strumming, what I call strumming. We don't really have strumming, if you will, on the piano, but it's just kind of your basic straight comping. And that kind of gets you into where the song changes up and changes its mood and becomes an up-tempo piece. So I'll see you in the next section where we will learn how to go. All right, so see you there. Okay, well this section's really fun. This is where we first kind of pick the tempo up and change the whole feel of the song. And you go, things are okay with me these days. I got a good job, I got a good office, I got a new life, got a new wife, and the family is fine. That whole thing, all right? So what's happening? Well, you don't have a whole lot going on in the left hand, but you start out on a G and it's just bum. And then again, bum. Then C, F, A, D, D, G. See, 1, bum, bum, F, A, D, D, G, G, C, F, A, D, D, and you just repeat it twice. So bum, 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 C, F, A, D, D, G, G, C, F, A, D, D. All right, so what's happening up here? We're going to be playing, because the tempo's now gone to 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably it's felled in cut time would be my guess. I don't know how they did it, but it's 1. So it's either 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and it's either 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't really matter how you want to count it, but it's quick. And you're going to be playing straight through on those. So you're on a G chord, B, D, and G. And it's here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And and then it goes down to a D chord, A, D, and F sharp. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a D minor chord over a G bass. 1, 2, 3, 4 there. And then a G7 chord, G, B, D, and F. And then it goes to a C chord. Then an F major 7, which is, you can play all of it if you want, F, A, C, and E here. Or you can just play these three, which is A, C, and E. Then A minor, so you keep your right hand right where it was, basically. If you were playing that F, then you just play here. And then it's a G chord twice, and then a D chord twice. Okay, so watch this. I'm going to play it slowly. Just take a look at how this all comes together. G, D, D minor, C, D minor, G7, C, F major 7, A minor, G, D, G, D, D minor, G7, C, F major 7, A minor, G, D. Even slower. G, D, D minor, G7, C, F, major 7 that is, A minor, G, D, G, D, D minor, G7, C, F major 7, A minor, G, D. Okay, a little bit quicker and I won't yap over the top of it. One more time. Full speed. Okay. That's all there is to that part. In the next section, we're going to get into the, that whole thing. So I'll see you there. Okay, now this section's fun. This is where we first get a little bit of hint of this little Dixieland jazz thing going on. We're going to learn the first part of it, which goes. clarinet solo, which we'll do in the next section. So this part is where he's gone, how's that go? So he's gone, you know, you could ever look so nice after so much time. Do you remember those days hanging out at the village green? The engineer boots, leather jacket, the tight blue jeans. Drop a dime in the box, play a song about New Orleans. Cold beer, hot lights, my sweet romantic teenage nights. Okay, so that's the part we're going to be learning. It starts out on an E flat chord, and your left hand is on octave E flats here, and it just goes E flat, B flat, B flat, F, 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 E flat, B flat, B flat, F, 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 E flat, B flat, B flat, F, 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 E flat, B flat, C, it's C, C, D, D. So E flat, B flat, C, C, D, D. And then the clarinet solo comes in. So again, so really pretty straightforward in the left hand. And then up here we're basically just playing quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So it's E flat, it's an E flat chord, so it's B flat, E flat, and G. Then a B flat chord, which is B flat, D, and F. Goes bum 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 bum, and it's an F chord, A, C, and F, bum bum bum. When it does that offbeat, it's B flat, D, and F, so it's an F chord to a B flat chord, bum 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 bum. So it looks like this. Excuse me. See how that works? See how it's bum, 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 left, left, right. That's kind of how that whole thing works. Final time through, when you hold these E flats down, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then when you hold C down, when you go 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, It's F chord, A, C, and F, 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 C, which is G, C, and E, F, F, C, C, G, G, D, D. So G, B, D, and G. And then a D chord, A, D, and F sharp. So that last time through, it's like this. Again, it's like this. So the whole line from the beginning of that section until now looks like this. More time. Full speed, it ends up looking like this. And when you're singing over the top of it, it's like you remember those days hanging out at the village green? The engineer boots, leather jacket, the tight blue jeans. A dime in the box, play a song about New Orleans. Cold beer, hot lights, my sweet romantic teenage nights. Okay? So the next section, what we're going to do is go over what your part is when that little clarinet thing comes in and goes that whole thing. So I'll see you there. All right, what we're looking at now is when the clarinet, soprano sax, whatever solo comes in and they have their little Dixieland thing. Again, I'm not going to try and teach you to play that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to teach you that sort of thing. We're going to learn what you're comping underneath that, okay? So what we have going here is your bass note is basically going G, D, G, D, and I play octave Gs and then just the one D with my index finger like this. Bum, bum. A, B, C, C, F, F, A, E, D, D, E, F, D, D, E, F sharp. See that? So watch that. On the second time through, there's a little bit of a rhythmic change. Okay, so, and up here we're just kind of playing those quarter notes. We're on a G chord, B, D, and G, so it's like, and what it does is it goes G chord to a G major 7 chord to a G7 chord, then it goes down to a C chord, then an F chord, then an A minor chord, and then like a D7 chord. Okay, so watch this. Sorry about that. So, watch that again. Let me play that even slower. Okay, watch that again. Now here's your syncope. See, bum, 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 bum. It's not just bum, 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 bum. You could play it like that if you wanted to. I don't think there's any police out there that are going to throw you in jail, but if you want to be true to the record, there's a bum, 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 bum. From here, this is what you're doing. You're going to play octave Ds, and then you're going to take D and A here, like this. Except it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So you accent this. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay? So when you speed it up, when you speed it up to tempo, it sounds like this. And then the next section you'll be going. Okay? So that's what leads you into it. That's when you're doing this. That's when the little saxophone thing is going. Okay, so Let me run through it one more time for you to see this section, and then we'll be ready to teach you that really cool signature solo. That thing. So, here we go again. See you in the next section, and we're going to learn that solo, and you're going to have all kinds of fun. That's 9 times out of 10, I don't even play this whole song when I sit down for fun. I just sit down and play the solo. So that's what's coming up. Get ready for it. Okay, well now we're getting to probably my favorite part of this whole song, and this is really fun for me to be able to share this with you. I think this is one of the signature piano riffs, solos, whatever you want to call it, in Billy Joel's entire recorded history. And it comes in right here in this song, Scenes from an Italian Restaurant, and it goes like this. Excuse me. Okay, that's what we're going to learn. I'm going to crack the code for you on this. This is actually not as difficult as it sounds, but it is still, you know, like seven kinds of cool. You know, I mean, it's just awesome. First and foremost, the left hand is not very complicated. It's just octaves. Now, technically, you're going to be an octave below where I'm at here. I just want to show you the reason why I'm playing this up an octave on my keyboard is that I have a 76 key keyboard, and my lowest note is this E, and if I were to play it where it is, it'd be down here. But you're fine for a minute, then you're okay, and then there's no D down here. So I just play it up an octave on this keyboard, but this is really where it's happening, is way down here. And it's just G's, it's octave G's, and that's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, by the way. And basically what you're going to be doing is you play that through 2 full measures, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 3, 4 full measures actually, so it's 1, 3, 2, okay, and from here it is simply 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. So 4 counts on G, 4 counts on F, 4 counts on E, 4 counts on D, 4 counts on G, 4 counts on F, 4 counts on E, 4 counts on D, and that is it. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's all there is to the left hand. That's not really where the difficulty. So the right hand is where all of our where all the magic's happening. Here's your middle C. C above that. C above that. Your index finger goes on this D. Your pinky goes on this G. Okay? And we're going to take this lick by lick. Okay? So Your first lick goes like this. You play these two notes together like so, and then your middle finger comes down on an E, then your back here, your thumb comes down on B, and you roll over your thumb and bring down your index and pinky on A and D respectively, and then your thumb on G. So like this. Okay, so you play that lick twice, and here's how it looks in context with the left hand. There are 16th notes up here, so let me play this good and slow. Okay, now watch. So 1 E and a 2 and 1 E and a 2 and see, 1 E and a 2 and so actually it's 1 and 2 E and a 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 and so 1 and 2 E and a 3 and 2 E and a 3 and 1 E and a 2 and see how that goes? 1, 2, 2 E, 1 and 2 E and a 3 and 1 E and a 2 and okay. Now the rest of this lick goes like so. And then you come over your thumb again and you bring your index finger and your pinky down on D and G like this, and it goes here down to a B with your thumb, and then you roll over one more time and you're on D and A like so, and then G. So it's like this in slow motion. Yet again. And again. Once more. Okay, so in context, once again. Even slower one more time. Okay? Now from here, we start here on this C and G. We have a very similar bunch of stuff going on. You've got your index and your pinky here, and it's like this. So C and G with an A, then back to here, E, and then you've got D and G, then C. From here, you come to A and E like this, and it's then an F sharp. So So see how that works? Then from here you go and you come down to this A and D here, B back here, then you have G and D like that. You can play these together, or you can just go with the G by itself, it doesn't matter. You roll over and it's G and E down to D, and then move one more time and it's B and D down to A. So let me show you that in context. You've just gone again, that looks like this. Once again. One more time for good measure. So let's take a look at what we've learned all together up to that point. I'm just going to play through it a few times slowly and watch it all in context. So when you come in, it looks like this. Again. Again. One more time for good measure. Okay. So now we're going to take a look at what comes next. Okay, so what happens now is similar but not exactly the same. We're back up here, and what we do is we do our little okay. We get that far, but instead of going, we actually go da 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 dun, da 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 dun. Ba da 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 da, da 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 da. So we know this, and then it's simply B, then D and A, G, and then down to D with your index. From here, we're here and we go like we've done before. Just like we learned on that last bit. Okay, now this goes, we're back here where we were once before. Da 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 da. So this is very much like what we already have played. In fact, it might be an exact replica. Ba da 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 da, ba da 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 da. Okay, let me say that again. One more time for good measure, then we'll string it all together. Okay, now let's play the whole line from beginning to end through a few times, kind of in slow motion, give you a chance to watch it all in context, okay? Start here, we go. one last time, then I'll play it at full speed. Sorry about that. Okay, and then when you bring it up to speed, and again. And there you go. That is this incredibly iconic solo. So, hope you enjoy that. We'll see you in the next section where we're going to show you the meat and potatoes, how to play, you know, Brenda and Eddie with the pipe and the steadies and the king and the queen and the prom. Okay, so I will see you there and we'll go over that section. Alrighty, well, now we're into the what was the original version of this song, the Ballad of Brenda and Eddie. So this little chapter, we're going to look at the lead-in where we've just come out of our little, you know, and we're starting into this stuff. Okay, so we're just going to learn how to do that, and then we'll go into the actual Brenda and Eddie with the pipe and the steadies and the king and the queen and the prom, that thing, okay? So, basically what's happening is, all the way through this almost, you're going to be alternating back and forth between your left and your right hand. Left, right, 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 left, right. I have seen people overthink this and go all the way through and go Brenda and Eddie with the bobbiest. It's okay if you really want to do that. All you need to do to change what I'm going to teach is just play octaves like that instead of just playing down. But it's not what Billy Joel does when he's playing live with the band, I can tell you that, and it just makes it harder on your wrist and to hold up. So, and it doesn't really add that much to the sound, I don't think. I mean, you be the judge. Let me play it like that. You know. Or just to go. I'm always kind of the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line kind of guy, and so this is the way I'm going to teach it, and it's also the way I see Billy do it. So all that you're doing is you're playing octaves down here on quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So G, 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 F, E, D. If you had a D down here, that's where you'd play it. For me, I've got to jump up an octave, or I just have to play the one note. Okay, now up here, you're playing on the offbeat. and it's a G chord at first, like this. And the accent is really important. What makes this song work is not to go, you know. Okay, those are the right notes and the right rhythms, but you have to put an accent on there, so it's one and. So one da da da. The second time, one and, okay, on all of those, and that's when you do that, you get this effect. So I'm still playing it on every beat, but I accent one of them so far above the others that it kind of has kind of a okay, so that's very important. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So it's a G chord at first, then it moves to what would be kind of an F added 9 or an F suspended 2, and it's C, F, and G like this. Same principle applies to ba da ba 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 ba, and then it goes to a C sus2, C, D, and G. Keep it there because it becomes a G or a D suspended 7th. Okay, and so it's like this. So let me put that in context in slow motion with what you're doing down here. Again. As you speed that up a little bit, now if you want to, at any time that you want to, this is where I'm not going to give you a specific prescription. I'm just going to show you something that you can do to spice this up a little bit, and then you can put it wherever and however often you want to, because that's exactly what Billy Joel does. All the times I've seen him live, I've never seen him follow the exact same formula with it twice. But basically you can just take any one of these and move it up an octave or two. So it can just be, and you can do it in any, it can be like this. You know, so it can be up here, you can go. it's the same technique. You're just doing it up here or down here, and you can go low, high, low, high. You can go low, low, high, high. You can go low, high, high, low. You can go high, 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 low, high, low, 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 high, high, low, low. I don't care what you do. You can do it however you want, but you just take this and you move it up an octave or up 2 octaves, and you just play around with it and just make sure that you're playing the right chord, and you always put the accent on and. See? The steadies and the king and the queen and the prom. So that's your opening line. That's your intro into this. I'm going to start a new chapter, and we're going to actually get into the Ballad of Brenda and Eddie. See you there. Okay, now that we're into the Ballad of Brenda and Eddie officially, the technique you were doing here, where you're just up in the intro, where you're just kind of alternating between the hands, still kind of applies here, because you're just basically going to keep that trend up. Okay? So you want to keep that all the way through. You want to keep that thing where you accent on the and of 2. 1 and 2, and. Okay, because you're basically just going to be playing 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and the whole way through. So the accent's very important to give it pace and to give it the feel that you're looking for. So you start out on G, like here. G's here and a G chord here, and it's just. And then it goes to a D chord here. D chord, C chord. Ba-dum. So watch this. I'm going to play it slow, but you can see it in context. We've just come out of bum bum, bum bum, bum bum, da See? Let me play that even slower. Or doesn't matter, but it's a D chord, then D, C. Then from there it goes, you play, come back to your G chord, then B in the bass, but you keep your G chord, C, it goes to a C chord here, as you can see, C, E, and G. And then it goes F, an F chord, A, C, and F, then this C chord, and then another F chord, which is up here, C, F, and A, and then back to that C chord. So watch how that plays out. You are going. Watch that again. If you want to, when you come to the B here, you can throw in a 7th. You can throw an F in there, so watch that. to, but it's just, it throws a little bit of extra flavor in there. Okay, then we move on to another G chord, ba, da, 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 da. Then a D chord, da, 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 ba, ba. Back to this whole D, C. So watch that again. Then back into G here. C. So let's look at what we've done so far up to that point, okay? So we started out, we've just come out of we start the line. That's where we are. I'm going to do that one more time. Just watch, and I'll even play it a little slower. So we're coming out of this. Whoa! Now here we go. Actually, just a little sidebar here, guys. Don't get too caught up in playing the chords exactly the way I'm doing, voicing it, because this sounds just as good. I happen to show it to you to go, but it would sound just as good to start on this inversion and then jump up to this inversion of F. See? So I mean, that would sound fine to go. But it's really okay however you do it. You know, one thing I try to explain is that the kind of piano playing that we're doing here doesn't lend itself to playing things exactly the same way every time. It's okay for it to vary by small degrees. This is just a blueprint. But anyway, I'm going to go through that line one more time. We'll try to play it exactly the way I've taught it anyway. But different inversions of the chords are fine. It's not, you know, there's no police officer that's going to come out and shoot you for that. You should put your own spin on it, you know, whatever sounds best to your ear. So here we go. So we've gone, whoa, now here we go. From here we go G, F, so it's G, F, now A, C, and F chord, and then it's an E chord, and I would just play E. You could play an E7, but you don't have to. G sharp, B, and E. And the bass goes E, E, F sharp, G sharp, F, E, C. want to, you can, when you get to the F sharp there, essentially play an A chord on just on that, because what that would do is make this an F sharp minor, F sharp, A, C sharp, and E. So an A chord with an F sharp bass is an F sharp minor 7. So you can, if you want to, spice it go. From there, it's an A minor chord. Then it's a G chord over a B. Then C. And then D with this little guy that we learned in the intro, because it makes it a D sus 7. So watch that whole thing play out. We've gone here's the new line right here. Notice when we went da 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 da. So it's not just when we get to this, we kind of go into double time to da 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 da. We do that accent every 2 counts, because before we were going. But when we get to how that works? You know, and again, we've never stopped just going da 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 da. But the accent is what gives this thing its feel. So let me play the entire from. We're coming out of whoa, whoa, and then, you know, Brenda and Eddie with the pop and the steadies. I'm just going to play through that whole line from beginning to end. So we've come out of whoa, oh, whoa. Now here we go. Okay, let's do that again. I'll even slow it down just a smidge. Whoa, whoa, when you speed that up, you really start to feel because we learned it already. Whoa! That part. So that's where you go into. And then, boom, voila, you are ready to jump right back into... So that brings us to what I'm going to do in the next chapter, which is teach you how to go, well, they got an apartment with deep pile carpets and a couple of panties for sales. All right? So I'll see you there. All right, now we're into the next part, which goes where they go, well, they got an apartment with deep pile carpets and a couple of panties for sales. All right? Same principle that we've been working on applies. Okay, that whole thing. Only now what we're on is we're on an F chord over a C chord. Or over a C bass rather. So 1, and here's our F chord. Bum 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 bum. So see how we went from F, F, C, C, F, F, C, C, F, F, C, C, F, F, C, C. And then we go do the same thing, only with a G over a D bass. Okay? And then we go down to a G. Da, 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 da. So see, watch that. G. And all of a sudden you move your thumb from B to C, leave it here, and it gives it a suspended feel. Ba, ba, dum, ba. Okay, so watch this play out. I'm going to play it slow from the beginning. Even slower. And again. So you see how that's ba ba dum bum ba dum bum bum ba dum dum bum ba dum dum bum ba dum bum bum ba dum bum bum ba dum dum bum ba dum dum. Okay, so you do that 3 times. 1 to ba dum dum bum ba dum bum bum ba dum. And then it goes to an E minor chord, E minor 7. So you're E down here, and you've got a G chord basically in your right hand right here. Da 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 da. And then it goes to an A7, which is A, C sharp, E, and G with an A bass. And then we go to our favorite guy right here. And then you start accenting everything on the right hand, and you come to this chord. So watch this whole line. I'll slow it down. Okay, one more time, even slower. And at full speed, it comes off like this. And then you're ready to go, let's rock and roll! So that's what we're going to learn in the next section, is ideas for what you can do after you've said, let's rock and roll! Alright? It's where we break out and have a little bit of fun. Okay, so now we're into the, we've just gone, well, let's rock and roll! Alright? Now here's the thing. I am not going to teach you one specific thing to do, because it would be, first of all, it would be a defiance of what that section is. This is a freestyle rock thing. So what I'm going to do, rather, is I'm going to teach you how to change your left hand to adjust for the feel. And then I'm going to show you tips and ideas for things you can do in the right hand, and then you get to make things up, because this should never sound exactly the same way twice. Never. If you want to play this right, you can't learn how to play it the same way every time, because that is a snub to what it is. Now, it doesn't have to be that hard either. I'll show you some real simple things that you can do that get the job done. And of course, the other thing, there's a saxophone solo. You're not going to be able to play the saxophone solo. I'm just going to show you how to rock out, Jerry Lee Lewis-ize this part of the song a little bit. So first of all, instead of going with your quarter notes like this, you want to change to a bum, ba-bum, 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 bum. Okay? It's the exact same chord progression as we played in, you know, Brenda and Daddy with the Bobby the Steadies and the King and the Queen and the Prom, riding around with a condom down and a radio on. Okay? So it's G, 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 D, 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 C, G, 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 B, 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 C, 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 G, G, D, D, C, G, 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 C, C, G, F, E, F, E, F sharp, G sharp, E, A, B, C, D. Okay, now let me slow it down a little bit. Okay, so G, D, da, da, D. So same stuff that we did, same progression, that is. So now, what can we be doing with our right hand? Well, I'm going to give you some real, one thing that you can always do is you can always take whatever chord you're in and play the 1, 5, and 1. So in G, you've got G, D, and G. And you can put your middle finger down on the 5, and then you want your index finger available to brush off of the, see, like that, the note right below it, so that you can do this kind of thing a lot. Another thing you can do is the same thing, except move your pinky down to the dominant 7th. So in this case, an F. See, like that. Okay, you can do that all day long on this solo. That's basically what it is. You know, you're going. Whoa, whoa, let's rock and roll. See? See how well that works? Or then you go to a D chord, and in D chord, the way to do that same pattern is like this: D, A, and D, because you got 1, this is your 5 in that chord, and your 1. See, index finger plays that, just that pickup note below it. The little 7th combo would be here. You move your pinky from D down to C, which is the dominant 7th, and you go. Another thing you can do is that you can do the same technique, except you put your thumb and your pinky on the 5 of a chord. So if G is your chord, like it is here, you put your thumb and your pinky down on the 5, which is D. Your middle finger goes on the 3rd, and that minor 3rd is your pickup, and you go. Same thing. And you can also move up to the 7th. See, like that? In G, your 7th is an F, and so you use the 5 with your middle finger, in this case F, D in the middle. So here are your options so far. You can do it with tonic. You can do this guy. You can do this. Or this. You can also take this same lick and move your thumb up to what would be the 2 or the 9, if you will. That's a good dirty chord. And on this guy here, you move your thumb up and play the 7th. See? That's a good dirty chord. And see, what you want to do is a combination of these, and you can make them up as you go. But so that's your combos in G. You have here, 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 and here. In D, the same group of things would be here, here, let's see here, here, and here. In C, your combos are here, 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 and then the offshoot there would be like this. And here. See? And here. Those are the main things that you need to do. And then with these other chords, honestly, you don't need to do anything too special. What I would do when you get to, let me show you. Let me show you some examples of how this will work. So you come out, let's rock and roll, and let's say you just go. See, that's still there. Bum bum, D chord to C chord. And then all of a sudden on G, I would just be like, I would just play the chords. E chord, F minor 7, or you could play it like that. E chord, and then you got A minor, G, C, D. This is a D7 or a D suspended, meaning D with a 4 in there, G, A, and D. Okay, so again, watch this. I take all of those different combinations I gave you for a G chord, D chord, and C chord, and we just kind of, let's rock and roll, and it comes in, I'll play it slow. Okay, the straight chords like that, when they're up high, they sound like you're playing a solo, because you are. And here's what it sounds like at full speed when you do that. So we do some of our little patterns and we go, let's rock and roll. So now I don't want you to get the wrong idea. I'm not trying to cop out of teaching you this. I'm just saying that there isn't really a solo per se. This is about a breakout, and it's all just these Jerry Lee Lewis licks. And what you need to do is just get comfortable with each of them, practice each one of them individually. You know, practice each one of them individually and get comfortable with them. And then based on the chord, just kind of go in and out of them. And then you can throw, one thing that is kind of important is you want to throw a glissando, one of those in the right spot, which is this. So you go, let's rock and roll, G, D, G, G over B, C, see, in the recording, he does a couple of those glissandos. He goes, meow, meow. I usually don't do that, and normally live, he'll just throw one of those in if he does at all. But it's just... But for you to have a frame of reference, here's what I would do. Now that I've taught you all these licks, just to get started, what I would do is I'd come out of it and I would play right here, and I would just go. So I would just do just pick one lick that you like and do it in every chord. See? Let me play that really slow, just using the what I would call the tonic and 5 lick. Okay? On all chords. I'll play it slow. You can watch that. That can be your default that you use, but I want you to use your own creativity here too, because that's what this section is designed for. Okay? And that's a template that you can use. But again, I wanted you to see all of these different Jerry Lee Lewis licks, because this song, this part of the song is just not designed to have you play something by rote. You've got to feel something, you got to create something, and it's using those kinds of licks and riffs. As you become more and more familiar with chords, you can honestly just 7th chords and 9th chords, you can just come up and just play them. Just I'm not doing anything but playing a chord. I'm not even doing anything special like that. I'm just landing on it, just going da 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 da, you know, and that's what this kind of music's all about. Great Balls of Fire. There wasn't much to it except when you get into the solo, he was just basically pounding away on a chord. You know, and throws in a bunch of those. That's really about all there is, but it sounds pretty cool. So that's my advice on this section, and then of course you'll be coming out of that section going as we've learned. Okay, so when you come out of it, you're going. So again. Okay, in the next section I'm going to show you what you do when you go, you know, when it's the same chords as we did when we learned to, but there's a new technique when you go da 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 da. Okay, so that'll be the next section. Alrighty, now we're into the final when we come out of the rockin' section. And they go, well, they live for a while in a very nice style, but it's always the same in the end. Okay, I gotta show you how that works. The left hand is on octave C's, and it goes C, C, G, C. Bum, bum, ba-dum. And the right hand is on an F chord, and it goes like so. See, bum, bum, bum. So it goes from F chord to a C chord. Now it goes to D's, and it goes bum, bottom, bum, bum, A, G, D, G, bum, bottom, bum, bottom, bum, bottom, bum, bottom. Okay, and up here it goes G, G, D chord, bum, bum. Time. So that line together goes. last time through that it goes. It's an E minor 7 chord, so. Bum, da, bum. So basically the left hand comes up to an E and goes B, E, E, B, E, and the right hand does what it was going to anyway. Okay? And when it goes bum, bottom, bump, the bum, the bottom, ba-da-bum, okay? Bum, bottom, bump, bum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. Because you're getting your ba-da-da-da-da-da-da thing started up again. So watch me play ba-da-da, and then it goes to an A7 chord, which is A, C sharp, E, and G. And then it comes to our favorite little C, D, G thing. Okay, so watch this. I'm going to play that whole line slow, and it goes like this. Watch that again. Okay, and when you put it all together at full speed, it's then you're back to Brenda and Eddie was still going steady in the summer of '75. Okay, so and then the last thing I'm going to show you in this chapter is at the end of that whole thing. Normally, when you get to this part in that verse where it goes, you just go through this A minor, G. See? But on this last verse of that, we're going to repeat that A minor thing a little bit. Da 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 da, then back to A minor. Da 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 da. Because when you do that, that's where he goes. That's all I heard about Brenda and Eddie. Can't tell you more cause I told you already. And here we are waving Brenda and Eddie goodbye. Bye. So you have to repeat that A minor. It's like a tag. So Brenda and Eddie had it already by the summer of '75. And it's sorry, I can't remember the words. To the greasers. Best I could do was pick up their pieces, and we always knew they would both find a way to get by. Whoa, to that song. This is where we start to do that repeat. That's all I heard about Brenda and Eddie. Can't tell you more cause I told you already. And here we are waving Brenda and Eddie goodbye. And now we're just back to whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, next part, what we do is we come up to F, and it's F, A, and F with octave Fs in the bass line. It's bum, 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 bum. So F, E, D, C, B, A, and you just follow in the white keys right here. And then it comes to C, B flat. Okay, so bum, 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 ba, bum, 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 ba, bum, ba. Okay, again. Okay. And that fits in. You've just gone whoa, now that's solid about Brenda and Eddie. Can't do you more cause I told you already. Here we are waving Brenda and Eddie goodbye. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, the next section we'll take up from that spot. So I'll see you there. All right, so now we've just gone. So we start by playing a big thick F chord right here. Boom. Then we come up here and you remember how to do this. Okay. F. Just like we remembered at the beginning. Except now in the bass you're going bum, 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 bum. Okay? And then you, so it's see? You can play it down here if you want, because we started with this big full F right here. Bum. Bum. G minor 7. Bum. And then bum. A C chord. And what we do here is we put pinky on E, pinky and thumb on E's. Your fourth finger is on C, and it's like this. And then a big thick F chord, A, F chord. So watch this. Again. See? Okay, now at full speed it looks like this. slow. See, big, thick, ringing chords. Okay, and then in the next section we're going to go into, alright, so I'll show you that in the next chapter. Okay, now this is a section I'm really excited to teach you because they really botched it in the sheet music. What they have written in the sheet music is something like, I don't know what exactly it is, but it's something about going like, which is so incredibly not what Billy Joel does. It's painful. Now this is a very tricky line to teach. It's not so hard to play, but it's too notey for me to go through and tell you note by note by note by note what I'm playing. And so I've come to the conclusion that the best thing I can do is just slow this down to a snail's pace and play it through and let you watch what's going on with both hands. Because I think it's harder to learn one hand at a time on this than it is to learn them together. So I'm just going to go through it several times and let your eyeballs do the work, okay? But this will be the first time that you'll ever have a chance to see this being played. I'm even going to zoom in on it a little bit for you, okay? At least you're going to see it being played from a vantage point where you can learn something from it. So here we go. Well, I'm going to play it at full speed first, and then I'll slow it down. So we're looking at this. Let me play this really slow for you. Again, and I'm going to go slower. Okay, now I'm going to try and slow it down even further. again. Do it one more time, and then at that point you can back it up to your heart's content. I'll tell you, this is just one of those lines that it's just not easy. You know, once it clicks with you, it's not too hard at all. Tell you this, your left hand is basically going ba da da ba da 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 bum bum. So it's never going, it's just going ba do da ba do da ba do da ba do da. So it's C, G, C, C, G, C, B flat, G, B flat, F, or A, F, A, F, A, B flat, F, B flat, then G, D, G, C, G, C, G, D, bum, bum. See? See, and it's so tricky. They're so integral to each other. Integral, excuse me. the trickiest thing to watch out for is how far you have to stretch your hand. Okay? So you're in octaves almost the whole time in your right hand. That's beyond an octave. The other thing to watch for is how your thumb plays a hinge note. See that? Ba thumb, 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 thumb. So it's like your thumb is playing on every other note, just about, throughout most of this solo, or this piece. A fingering that you might want to use on this to make it easier, and I don't always remember to do it, but if you go thumb, index, wrap your thumb under it, index, that puts your pinky right there. And that's just helpful. That's a fingering you can use for that opening line. Another part to watch for is when it goes because you go away from this thumb hinge. It's just C, B flat, A, B flat. So I'll see if I can play that. I have a hard time playing the right hand correctly on this without playing the left hand because they're so fused together for me, but I'll see if I can just play the right hand for you. Ah, see? Again, I'll do that. I'll try and slow it down. Time. One more time together. There you have it. we'll bring this thing to a wrap up in the next section. We have just one last little bit of stuff to learn, and it's all very familiar. See you there. Okay, now we are back to where we started. Bottle of wine, you know, bottle of red. So all we're doing is we're comping on F with an F bass, and it stays on an F bass as the chords change. It goes F, and your bass note is going dum, 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. Okay, so it's F, G minor 7, C, G minor 7, F, and then you have your little. Remember that from the early dum. Da, 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 da. And then we're just on a G chord, dum, F, G, C, dum, dum. That we learned. It's exactly what we learned in the beginning. So that part is very familiar because it's exactly how we got out of this section and into the first saxophone solo, to which the chords are the same because it goes da da C minor 7, F major 7, it's C major 7, F major 7, B flat major 7, just what we learned before. Now here is where it finally changes. Before we went up to an E flat chord, but now all we do is 2, 3, C sharp, or excuse me, C sharp. So bum, 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 bum. Now it's okay, ba-dum, bum, and it's a D minor 7. And what you want to do is play here, and then play the same chord up an octave. C, D minor 7, C over an E bass, bum, 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 F, bum, G. So look at that. We were here, we went. Okay, see how that works? F, C, D minor, C. And now we just simply arpeggiate G, C, E, G, C, E, G. So and then you end on a big full C chord. C, G, C, E, G, C, E, G, C. And the left hand just is going bum, boom, 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 bo, doo, 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 boop. Okay? So watch how we got out of there. We went bottle of red, Then C major 7, F major 7. All of this is familiar from when we learned it before. And here's where we change it up a little bit. Okay, one more time. We come out of there and we go. Bottle of red, and a bottle of whites. Whatever kind of mood you're in tonight. Now notice, we've been doing thick chords, octaves, and then when we go, we just want to play 1 G. We don't want it to be too thick and full down here, because we want to change the mood from full band, just piano, band's back in. This is where we ended. Congratulations, folks. That is Scenes from an Italian Restaurant. So I'll play through the whole song once. Can't sing it all the way through. It's a violation of copyright, but I will play through it in its entirety here for you in the last section, and then we're out of here. Okay, so here we go. This is everything we've learned. Excuse me. Alrighty, well thank you so much for tuning in. This is not one that you're probably going to get in one swallow. It has got a lot of repetition, but there's a lot of different sections in it. It's a tough song, guys, so cut yourself some slack if you struggle with it. If you don't struggle with it, then, you know, congratulations, that's awesome. I know you can do it, but this is one that might take a little bit of tenacity on your part on each section, but just try and learn it section by section. Start with the easy ones first, build your confidence. I know you can do it because you're not any different from me. I just put the time in. So thank you very much. This is just a brilliant piece of music. It's an honor to be trying to teach it to you, and I admire each and every one of you for taking the steps that you're taking, because pretty much all of you are adults and you have the courage to try and learn something new, and that is awesome. Most adults really settle for what they already know, and they never ever have the courage to try something and risk failing. So kudos to you. I really do admire what you're doing, and this is the greatest job in the world, so thank you for letting me do it. I'm going to get out of here, but remember, if you're not having fun when you're making music, you're doing it wrong, and I'll see you on the next tutorial, guys. I'm out of here. Piano Man Steve signing out.